Okay, I see it's 6 o'clock, so I'll call the meeting to order and ask that you stand and join us in the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Shirley, would you call the roll, please?
Dean Cruz.
Here.
Kalinowski.
Here.
Ball. Here. Walker.
Here.
Steggy.
Here.
Brian Cruz.
Here.
Kaczynski.
Here.
Okay, on the meeting agenda tonight, we have under department and committee reports, we have item A, Operation Services monthly report. B, Board of Review did not meet, but will be meeting in about a week. Item C is Larry's report, zoning administration. D, the DDA report with the director's report in your packet, as well as the 2020 meeting schedule. E, the Develop Filer Ad Hoc Committee was scheduled to meet, but lacked a quorum, so that's rescheduled for the 9th, I believe it is.
Next one.
Yeah, 9th of December. The Personnel Committee did not meet. Item G, Planning Commission. Under item A, we have approval of their 2020 meeting schedule. Item H, the Zoning Board of Appeals did not meet, nor did the Elections Commission under I. Under J, the Building and Grounds Committee, those minutes are in your packet, and we have under item A, consideration of approval of the 2020 meeting schedule. Item K, the Fire Department report is in your packet. Item L, PEG Commission, that those minutes are also in your packet. Under new business, we have item A, upon the supervisor's recommendation, consideration of the appointment of one Develop Filer Committee member from the Planning Commission to fill one expired term ending December 31st of 2020. Item B is upon supervisor's recommendation, consideration of the appointment of one Develop Filer Committee member from the Township Board of Trustees to fill one expired term that ends December 31st of 2020. Item C, upon supervisor's recommendation, consideration of the appointment of one Develop Filer Committee member from the DDA district resident to fill one expired term ending December 31st, 2020. D, upon supervisor's recommendation, consideration of the appointment of two Planning Commission members to fill two expired terms ending December 31st of 2022. Under item E, we have consideration of approval of an ordinance approving amendments to the development plan and tax increment financing plan number 1993-1 of the Downtown Development Authority of the Charter Township of Filer as amended and repealing all ordinances in conflict herewith. Item F is consideration of approval of the presented Downtown Development Authority's engagement agreement from Latitude 44 and owner Tamara Buswinka for a period of January 1st, 2020 to December 31st of 2020 in the amount of $25,000 to be paid in 4 equal payments as specified by contract. Item G is consideration of approval of a request from Linda DeVries to renew her rec center rental agreement for a 1-year period beginning January 1st of 2020, ending December 31st of 2020, offering jazzercise, dance/exercise classes 3 nights per week at a cost of $160 per month. Item H is consideration of approval of the presented resolution establishing poverty guidelines for exemption from property tax contributions. Item I is discussion and possible action on parcel number 5106481709002. Item J is consideration of approval of the presented resolution of the Charter Township of Filer Board of Trustees pursuant to resolution number 2001-06A and 1954 Public Act 188 as amended, redetermining the total cost of services for the year 2019 and directing the supervisor to extend such costs upon the Horizon Point Special Assessment Roll. And if there are no other additions or changes to the meeting agenda for tonight, we need a motion for approval.
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by Steggy, support by Cruz, Dean Cruz, to approve the meeting agenda for tonight. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Under consent agenda for tonight, we have item A, minutes of the regular board meeting held November 5th, 2019. B is the financial report. C is approval of the Township General Fund expenditures, including the fire department. Those checks are numbered 37139 through 37225, with accounts payable totaling $77,772.03, payroll totaling $13,103.79, for a grand total of $90,875.82. Item D is approval of water department expenditures. Those checks are numbered 2666 through 2677 and total $31,391.89. Item E is approval of sewer operating expenditure checks 1060 through 1064, totaling $19,365.30. Item F is approval of the monthly ACH payment to State of Michigan and IRS in the amount of $3,307.18. Item G is approval of rate change for election assistant staff from $12 per hour to $15 per hour. Item H is appointment of Ron Gatuski to the Board of Appeals for a 3-year term ending December 31st, 2022. And under presentations for tonight, we have under A, Rachel Nelson is here with the Manistee County, as the Manistee County Treasurer. She would like to introduce herself and maybe give us a little background. And not on your agenda, but I'd like to add, Barry had asked for a little bit of time also for a brief presentation, so I would like to add on the consent agenda under presentations, item B, Barry Lind. And if there are any other additions or deletions, let's hear those now. If not, then I would accept a motion for approval.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Kolonowski, support by Brian Cruz to approve the consent agenda for tonight. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Rachel, if you want to just push the button, make sure the mic's on, the little green light would be lit.
It is. Good evening. I am Rachel Nelson. I was appointed the Manistee County Treasurer effective July 1st upon Russ Pomeroy's retirement. I just wanted to come and introduce myself. I am a lifelong Manistee County resident. In fact, I grew up in Filer Township. This was the first place I voted. I have been working at the county for 12 years in the administrative office. So just in a different position now within the county. The staff in the office is still the same. My chief deputy, Mindy Dalkey, is still the same. So it's been a smooth transition. But if there's ever any questions or anything that we can assist with, please feel free to stop by, call, email. We're there. We're more than willing to assist however we can.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.
Anyone have any questions?
I'd just like to say, I think she's doing a pretty good job for stepping into Russ's shoes. So,
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And how long was Russ there, Rachel?
Russ started as the treasurer in 2007, but he had also been at the county for some time prior to that.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Barry.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to chat with you a little bit tonight. So I'm here on behalf of as we're working through our strategic planning process. One of the things we are now doing is we're kind of basically conducting interviews with all of our partner organizations. You are actually, I was going to say you were the first group that we're going to be interviewing, discussing, but I actually had the same conversation with them this afternoon. Actually learned a lot from them. While they generally don't have the staff resources to be covering their meetings, part of the conversation we had this afternoon was, can they use the videos that are being captured to actually get more of what's going on in the Township and Citizens Advocate. So it's a conversation we started today. I'm not going to bore you with a lot of the details on our strategic plan, but part of it is I have a questionnaire that I'm just going to kind of walk through, hopefully facilitate some conversation and try to pull some information from you as a board as to how we can fulfill your needs. Since you are paying us a fee every year to provide services, we want to make sure that we're providing the services that you think are most valuable for you and your constituents. So my first question is it that you are trying to serve with the information that PEG can help with? Obviously, the residents of Philo Township is the easy answer, but is there something more that can be filled in there that we can be looking at and making sure that we're trying to meet your needs? We kind of did a dry run of this at our PEG meeting last month, so Tom's kind of gone through this whole thing, kind of answering on behalf of the board, but really felt it was necessary to make sure that you were all involved in some of this discussion.
Well, I think right away, as you said, very immediately, the residents of the township, but even then reaching out, to the greater Manistee area or county. We talked a little bit about, some informational and promotional kinds of things regarding our parks, some of the things that might be done there. I did have, and just done a brief search, and not sure that I still have it, but I might be able to get it, a drone video done on Lagoon Creek Park that, might...
If you have anything like that, just get it to
Sure.
me, and
Yeah.
I will get it posted in all places.
Okay.
Anything else?
Well, we're trying to get our parks, so people know where they're at. Now, we do have, sometimes people say, do you have parks? And we're doing this all this stuff.
You've got wonderful parks.
So I said, that's another thing we might be covered too.
So moving on to my next question is, currently the PEG content is available on the Charter Cable Access channel. It's available on our website and underneath the covers on YouTube. Are there other means of getting this information out to the public that you think are important beyond what we're currently doing? And I'll throw out one: social media, whether it be Facebook or other platforms. Is that something you see as important to reaching out to your
everybody else feels about it. I don't know that it would necessarily hurt. I think the coverage that we can access on your website is good. I was not aware that it was on YouTube now, so I think that's a big addition. But I don't know how everybody else feels about Facebook. Some people are on it a lot, and I know, there are times I'm not on it a great deal, but probably a couple times a week. Check it out, and there are times when I see things related to the township on there. So
I think it'd be nice to have a spot on Facebook.
a township, yeah.
Happenings or whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it. Or like that Vantage Manastees on there, and Ed could go and look up stuff. Mine's the Catholic Central I go to, look up their
Yeah.
site, stuff like that.
And I know the Onekama, Al Taylor has, he puts a lot on there, a lot of nice stuff.
We have a website.
We have a website, our
Put
township
events
website,
on
but
there.
Not on Facebook.
not on Facebook. And with the number of people that are on Facebook, the problem I see would be, somebody maintaining and keeping it updated and everything. Like Al Taylor, he does a heck of a job with it, but he's got to spend a lot of time doing that. But
But I guess, what I'm, asking about is, would it make sense for pay to be putting, these videos?
Oh, sure.
On Facebook, on your behalf, so you're not picking up an extra thing, but it's something that we're doing as a service.
Yeah.
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 Any other, I started off by mentioning the news advocate, as someone else was talking to earlier today. Do you see, would you like them to play a bigger role in kind of getting the word out about what's going on here?
I guess my immediate thought is I think they could. I just spoke with Scott Fraley this afternoon, in fact, about a couple of things that I'd like him to, do a short feature on. And, he sounded excited to and wanted to do it. And when I offered a few things, he said, "Oh, you're saving me a lot of legwork." So yeah, I know, and I spoke with him shortly after he came on staff at some other governmental meeting, and he said at that time he would like to be able to get to our township and attend some meetings and do some reports and that sort of thing, but I know they're not heavily staffed,
Exactly.
and so that hasn't happened yet, but
And that's actually part of the discussion we had with them today was, could they utilize these videos so they don't have to send someone here to sit back in their office
Sure.
tomorrow and basically, as if they were here,
yeah.
they were receptive to that here. We didn't know where that will go, but that's kind of the things that we're thinking and trying to facilitate.
Yeah, I think that'd be good, because they could do their reporting then a lot of times without even a phone call maybe, or just a short follow-up, like you say, it'd be just like they had actually attended the meeting. So
Are there any measures of success that you would request of us as pay as it relates to gauging what we're doing as being useful and meaningful? It's kind of a vague question, so I don't want to lead you too much, but I guess, are there things you're looking for from us that you basically use to measure that we're doing the things?
do you have a means of keeping track of the number of hits, the number of times that people are viewing your programming?
As it relates to charter, currently the answer is no. Historically, that was never possible. Charter then, a couple years ago, added that capability, and we got one report from Charter that showed how many viewers we had, and now they've stopped doing that. So we're back to not doing that. As it relates to digital content online, you know, yes, we can get a number of viewers on YouTube. We theoretically can from our website. We don't currently do that. That's certainly something that's feasible. So it depends on the platform, but it's becoming more and more so as we move away from kind of the legacy platforms like the broadcast cable.
Yeah, to me, it would just be interesting to know how many people actually do tune in, because I mean, you can see the attendance at our meetings month after month. You know, we're not turning people away, and you know.
That's an interesting point, because during our planning process, I've had this conversation multiple times. It's the number of people who are interested enough to sit through a 1-hour meeting, or if you're in the city, 2-hour meeting, or county 3-hour meeting, isn't that many. But the number that may be interested in a particular topic on the agenda is probably more. And how do we get the information out to the individuals in a format that they are actually interested in? And that's where something like the newspaper comes into play, where they're taking, you know, a long meeting and distilling out the interesting parts and putting it into something concise. There are other media outlets in the county. There's an organization called the Manistee County Press, which is an online kind of newspaper. The local radio stations theoretically are providing news coverage, but they don't really have reporters anymore. So there are other ways, and that's one of the things we're trying to figure out how to facilitate is, if we're capturing this content, can we partner with different media outlets to kind of write the stories or the pieces that then can be either posted, either written and published, posted on their Facebook pages, etc., so that the information is getting out there. So yeah, those are all the things we're trying to figure out how to do. But yeah, the number of people who actually enjoy listening to the content is fairly slim. Which is unfortunate, because this is important stuff that our government, local governments are doing.
I've talked to, I don't know, not quite a few, but 12, 15 people that I know that watch it.
Good.
They're not here, but they watch it.
That's great.
Larry, you can hear our meetings because we've got our speakers, but some of the other meetings, I cannot hear them at all talking. And I turn my volume all the way up to 100 and I still can't hear them. But, you know, I'm different because I got hearing aids and I am hard of hearing, but I think if you've got something portable that you take to like your other DEA meetings, your library committee meetings, I don't listen to it because I can't hear it. Even the city council I can't hear.
And they've got a big fancy system for that.
Correct.
I'm going to go to that. Are there avenues, start by saying, one of the challenges PEG has is very few people know that we exist or that what we have is out there. You said it earlier, you didn't realize we were on YouTube. We've traditionally never done any marketing or trying to get the word out there. We realize that's got to change. Are there things that you can think of as ways that you think would be effective for us to be getting the word out there so that we're reaching the people that you consider important, which, as we talked about earlier, basic things?
Now, when you say YouTube, do you mean that you have to subscribe to it, or is it on regular YouTube?
It's on regular YouTube. You just search for Manistee TV, you get basically all the videos that.
Okay. I'll have to try that.
I think if they start using some of our tapes and stuff like that, with a caveat that it comes out of the tape, so that if they write any article, Did he mention in that too?
That was part of our conversation with the news advocate today is, you know, how can we kind of get this across?
Because then you start to understand that all these people are working together.
One thing I would request, and we talked about at our meeting last month, is if we could get a link on your website that actually points to your videos, so that at least people going to your website know that's one avenue for them to get that, because that's currently working.
I think that's possible.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be hard to do
No.
now.
That's the end of my little questionnaire. Are there any other comments that you have for me?
Tom, you got anything? No?
He's got tons of stuff at our meetings, so he's just quiet.
The biggest thing I heard, like Tom said, we look for clarity and sound. That's the biggest I hear people talk about. Like a couple days ago, someone couldn't hear me in one of the meetings.
I've been struggling the last couple months here, just trying to get this new system working. Because for whatever reason, these batteries, at least the first set of batteries that came with this, have not lasted very long. So, for example, this one just went out right now. So, okay, well, thank you very much.
Barry, I'll talk with Tammy about linking Peg on our website and
Appreciate it.
have her get in touch with you and get that set up.
Sounds good.
Okay?
We probably should use these.
Okay, thank you, Barry. Public comment? Any public comment? Okay, moving on then to department and committee reports. Under item A, you have in your packet the monthly service report from Wade Trim, the monthly client report. Also included is your zoning administrator report from Larry. Looks pretty small this month compared to the way it's been the last several months. Also included in your packet are your DDA minutes from the November meeting and your director's report. And item E, you have your, no, I'm sorry.
Do we need to vote on
Yeah,
your,
we got to back up to item B under DDA
Yeah.
and approve their 2020 meeting schedule.
Did you modify this?
And, yeah, this one that's in your packet has been modified. So the Tuesday, February 4th meeting will be at 3:30 at the Nelson Street office. The other dates and times are the same as on this schedule.
well, maybe something happened here that I didn't know. Can I see, for the February meeting, what is on that paper right there?
This one that's in your packet?
Yes.
Yeah.
What was the correction I thought we got?
Okay, but
I
this
don't
is
know
the
if you got the
one,
correction. Did you get a correct copy? Oh, okay, good.
the February 4th, 2020, when the DDA voted on that, they voted at 4:30.
Right.
Last month. Did they
Right.
change that today to change it to a different
Yeah,
time?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
They voted to change it
To
today.
3:30 and
Okay.
we just, yeah, we just need to re-post that, so.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion, we accept the meeting schedule.
I'll s-
Okay, motion by Dean Cruz, support by Paczynski to approve the DDA meeting schedule.
Amended schedule.
The amended schedule with the amendment being the Tuesday, February 4th meeting being at 3:30 at the Nelson Street office building. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, item E, the Develop Filer Ad Hoc Committee did not meet, nor the Personnel Committee. F, item G, your Planning Commission minutes for the November meeting are in your packet, and we also need actually the special meeting of November 7th and the regular meeting of November 19th are there, and then we need to approve the Planning Commission's 2020 meeting schedule.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Ball, support by Steggy to approve the 2020 meeting schedule for the Planning Commission for, as presented. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item H, ZBA did not meet. Item I, Elections Commission did not meet. Item J, the Building and Grounds Committee, those minutes for the November 25th meeting are in your packet. And then we need to approve the Building and Grounds meeting schedule for 2020.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Kolonowski, support by Brian Cruz to approve the 2020 meeting schedule. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Under item K, the fire department report is in your packet. And Jim, is there anything you want to add to that?
No, I've been working with Gordon a little bit. We're probably not comfortable with coming with a request for 3 laptop computers.
Okay. What was the first thing you said before the laptop computers? I didn't catch that.
I've been working with Gordon.
Oh, okay. Gordon McClellan. Okay.
The specs on the laptop computers. So
Okay.
we have something that we
You currently have 3. You,
currently have 3 computers.
okay. You have 1, the assistant has 1.
And then we need one for the meeting room for training purposes and for doing the reports.
Okay. And that's it? Okay. Item L, the report from the PEG Commission is in your packet, and we've already heard from Barry. Is there anything else you wanted to add to that report, Barry? All set, okay. All right, moving on to new business. We have item A, Bond Supervisor's recommendation, consideration of the appointment of 1 filer, Develop Filer Committee member from the Planning Commission to fulfill 1 expired term ending December 31st of 2020, and we had 1 applicant for that position, and that was Jennifer Williams. So I would recommend that we appoint her.
I will make that motion.
Okay, motion by Steggy, support by Hachinsky to appoint Jennifer Williams to the Develop Filer Committee as a member from the Planning Commission. All those in favor of the motion on the floor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item B is consideration of the appointment of 1 Develop Filer Committee member from the Township Board of Trustees to fill 1 expired term ending December 31st of 2020. And we had one applicant for that position, which is Tom Machinsky, and I would recommend appointing Tom to that position.
I so move.
Second.
Motion by Dean Cruz, support by Kolonowski, to approve the appointment of Tom Machinsky to the Develop Filer Committee member and representative from the Board of Trustees. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item C, we also need to appoint a member to the Develop Filer Committee from the DDA district at large as a resident. And we have one applicant for that position, and that is Jim Goodwin. And I would recommend that we appoint Jim to that position on the Develop Filer
I second.
Committee.
I'll support it.
Motion by Dean Cruz, support by Hachinsky to approve the appointment of Jim Goodwin to the Develop Filer Committee. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And upon supervisor's recommendation, we need to appoint 2 planning commission members to fill 2 expired terms ending December 31st of 2022. And we have 2 applicants for those 2 positions, one being Kathy Gutowski and the other one Roger Dittmer. And I would recommend that we appoint both Kathy and Roger to those 2 positions on the planning commission.
Can we do one at a time?
We sure can.
Make a motion that Kathy Gutowski fills one.
And I'll support that motion. All those in favor of the motion to appoint Kathy Gutowski to a position on the Planning Commission expiring December 31st of 2020? 2022, I'm sorry, yes, December 31st, 2022. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Then we need
I make a motion that we
a motion.
approve Roger Dittmer.
Okay, thank you. All right. Motion by Tom Steggy, support by Brian Cruz to approve the appointment of Roger Dittmer to a term on the Planning Commission expiring December 31st of 2022. All of those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item E is consideration of approval of an ordinance approving amendments to the development plan and tax increment financing plan number 1993-1 of the Downtown Development Authority of the Charter Township of Filer as amended and repealing all ordinances in conflict herewith.
I so move.
Motion by Dean Cruz, support by Hachinsky, to approve the ordinance amendments to the development plan, tax increment financing plan, number 1993-1 of the DDA of the Charter Township of Filer as amended, repealing all ordinances in conflict herewith. Shirley, you want to call the roll, please?
Ball, yes. Machinsky?
Yes.
Dean Cruz?
Yes.
Brian Cruz? Walker?
Yes.
Steggy?
Yes.
Kolonowski?
Yes.
Item F is consideration of approval of the presented DDA engagement agreement from Latitude 44 and owner Tamara Baswinka for a period running from January 1st of 2020 to December 31st of 2020 in the amount of $25,000 to be paid in 4 equal payments as specified by the contract, which you have in your packets.
Is that the same as last year?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, it is. Just the only difference is specifying the
Terms of payment.
payment terms, yeah, being quarterly.
I'll make the motion.
And I'll support that motion. So a motion by Kalinowski, support by Walker, to approve the presented DDA engagement agreement with Latitude 44 and Owner Tamara Vaswinka for a period of January 1st, 2020 to December 31st of 2020 in the amount of $25,000 to be paid in 4 equal payments. Any discussion on that? Okay, Shirley, you want to call the roll, please?
Dean Cruz,
Yes.
Ball, yes. Steggy,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Kaczynski,
Yes.
Dean Cruz, I'm sorry, Brian Cruz,
Yes.
Kalinowski,
Yes.
Item G is consideration of approval of a request from Linda DeVries to renew her rec center rental agreement for a 1-year period beginning January 1st of 2020, ending December 31st of 2020, offering jazzercise, dance, exercise classes 3 nights per week at a cost of $160 per month. Motion by Brian Cruz, support by Hachinsky, to approve the presented request from Linda DeVries for the rec center rental agreement. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion on the floor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item H is consideration of approval of the presented resolution establishing poverty guidelines for exemption from property tax contributions.
Is there any changes in this area?
You know, I didn't compare it to last year's, Dean, but I gotta believe it's, you know, very likely there might be some minor changes on the amounts, on the dollar amounts, but they gotta be real close.
Last year we were around 12,000.
Well, that was my recollection, yeah.
I'll make a motion. We accept this.
I'll second.
Motion by Cruz, support by Steggy to approve the resolution establishing poverty guidelines for exemption from property tax contributions. Any discussion? Okay, Shirley, you want to call the roll, please?
Kalinowski,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Kaczynski,
Yes.
Steggy,
Yes.
Brian Cruz,
Yes.
Ball, yes. Dean Cruz,
Yes.
Item I is discussion and possible action on parcel 51-06-481-709-02. You have a letter in your packet from the county. And from Rachel, in fact. And as I understand, we have until December 31st to respond to this or to take action in the affirmative, or the 30th.
You have to refuse the parcel,
Otherwise, it is ours, right? Okay. And so we've had some discussion on this. You have a drawing in your packet, and I did go and look at that, and it's, and a number of you are aware of it, I think, and familiar with it, that it's like, what are we going to do with it? We'll have to maintain it, take care of it. It's a very, very narrow strip, and populated with oak trees. So we need to decide if we want to refuse that. Otherwise, it becomes ours.
I'm all for refusing it. There's not enough land there.
I'll support it.
Okay, we have a motion by Dean Cruz, support by Hachinsky to refuse accepting the deed to this property. Discussion?
If we refuse, what happens to it?
It
It will
returns.
most likely go to the county land bank. They are working on establishing a sidewalk policy to work with the owners on either side of property such as that to try to get that back on the tax rolls with the neighbors.
One of the neighbors is the guy that's giving it up.
He can't have that.
Yeah.
The other neighbor is low up in age and probably wouldn't care.
Then it will just sit in our land bank. There are other possibilities with the remaining land bank due to its small size. It's not a highly desirable piece of property, but that is where it will probably go.
We were talking earlier, it can't be over 45 feet wide.
It's time.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Any other discussion? So we will vote in the affirmative to refuse this parcel. So a yes vote would say we don't want it. Okay, Shirley, you want to do a roll call on that?
Kalinowski,
Yes.
Kuczynski,
Yes.
Brian Cruz, Stady,
Yes.
Ball, yes, Walker,
Yes.
Dean Cruz.
Yes.
Item J is consideration of approval of the presented resolution of the Charter Township of Filer Board of Trustees pursuant to resolution number 2001-06A and 1954 Public Act 188 as amended, redetermining the total costs of services for the year 2019 and directing the supervisor to extend such costs upon the Horizon Point Special Assessment Rule.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Ball, support by Kalinowski to approve the presented resolution, redetermining total cost of services for 2019 and extending those costs upon the Horizon Point Special Assessment Roll. Any discussion? Okay, Shirley, you want to call the roll, please?
Kuczynski,
Yes.
Ball, yes, Stady,
Yes.
Kalinowski,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Dean Cruz,
Yes.
Brian Cruz.
Yes.
Okay, public comment. Any public comment tonight? Okay, anything else to come before the board tonight? Tom, do you have anything? Brian? Tom?
Nothing.
Shirley?
Well, I just want to tell you that the lady from Beck and Rader that's been helping us with the master plan got a different job, so she won't be coming anymore. She's going to be the planner for East Bay Township in Traverse City. So the last couple of months will be handled by another person out of Beck and Rader. In fact, the fella that came here and helped her a couple months ago when we had one of the public input sessions. We'll miss her. She did a real good job.
Dale, do you have anything else?
No.
Tonight? Dean?
Nope.
Okay, I've got a few things. I just kind of wanted to update you on our smart meter installation. Mike is almost done. He's really been working hard on that. And I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, but it's 300 and some. I know he had one weekend, a Friday, Saturday, where he installed 15 meters on Friday and 13 on Saturday. So and I forget the total number of days. It's like 56 out of 60-some days since we've had the meters that he's actually working on that. So he's really been putting the time in on that. Almost done. Also, he received a real nice award recently. It's the name of the award is the Edward Dunbar Rich Service Award from Eagle, which was DEQ, for 25 years of service. And so I spoke with the newspaper today about getting a little blurb in there, recognition for him regarding that. Also wanted to update you on a few things at Magoon Creek. Today, tomorrow, and Thursday, we have a crew out there working, hired by the ISN out of Traverse City with some grant money to do some work on invasive removal. So that work continues. You approved D&L Shaw doing some work at our November board meeting, and they did that work. Some of you were out there to see it actually in action. I've got pictures and videos on my phone, and it's pretty amazing what that machine could do. But they got a tremendous amount done. They included, in addition to the drive into the park, they did get down the pathway to the creek and removed autumn olive along the west side of that pathway, but they did not get to the east side. And so I've had some discussions with Building and Grounds Committee about they would like to see us get them back there in the spring to finish that up, maybe get a couple more days work in, the day being like a half day actual, because he can't be on that machine more than about 4 hours at a time. But finishing up the east side of that path to the creek, and then getting a little bit down along the creek bottom where we've done some plantings and along the trail down there. And then the last thing on Magoon Creek, which finally a big sigh of relief for me, because I've been sweating over this for so long. We did finally get approval for the project and a go-ahead from DNR on it. Actually, this is our third coordinator that we've worked with now. And position has changed 3 times just in the past about 8 months. And but anyway, I met with Joe Wright and Pat Bentley from Spicer Group about 10 days ago, and they are putting out an RFP this month, about the middle of this month, with bid opening being held here at the hall on January 22nd. So that will then construction will begin in the spring. So to me, that was very good news. I'm happy to pass that on. It's been a long time in
It's a long time coming.
the works. Yeah, yep. So a lot of red tape to go through. We finally got there, so looking forward to that becoming a reality come spring, early summer. And that's all I have. So I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll second it.
Motion by Brian Cruz, support by Dean Cruz to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. This meeting is adjourned.